What's up, YouTube? It's your boy DR2727. Shout out to all my Transformers collectors, my Mezco collectors, my 112 scale collectors. Shout out to you, whatever you collect. And this month's video is quick and simple, and it's about Chinese New Year. How do you get through the Chinese New Year rut? And real quickly, before I say what I do for Chinese New Year, just a real quick background. Chinese New Year this year, 2019, is from February 5th 2019 to February 19th, 2019. And what it is it's basically a halt on production from Chinese goods from China. So Transformers, all import toys, stuff like that that's made in China, they basically halt production on it for like a good month. So we're so ravenous as collectors, we're used to getting something every month or some things every month. And so for the month of February, and it normally spills over into March too, and you start getting stuff around mid to late March, we get no toys. So, when you're a dope fiend and there's no dope, how do you act when there's no dope, or what do you do to alleviate the pain when there's no dope? So for me, I do a couple of things. The first thing I do is I basically transform some toys. So this is XTB's Wind Charge, I forget his name, Booster Hatch, whichever one. So I normally play around, grab a couple of toys and transform them back and forth, just to get that fun and that feel of acting like I have something new. Secondly, I go to toy lines that I didn't get to. So this year I'm doing Planet X, War for Cybertron, Follow Cybertron games. This is a Hasbro one, but I always invest in a line I didn't invest in the following year, so that gives me something to invest in this year. So last year for me, it was Legend Scale. I started Legend Scale during Chinese New Year, and now I'm all the way in. This year it is Planet X, the War for Cybertron, the Follow Cybertron things. So that's what I'm doing during the Chinese New Year. I'm getting a couple of those playing around. So I get old figures, add to my collection, maybe sell some, whatever. But I get old figures, add them to my collection. That's the second thing I do. Also, I buy stuff early and I wait till Chinese New Year to open it. So I think this is an Iron Factory. I forget what Legends it is, but I'll open it and play with it during Chinese New Year. So that'll give me like that. It'll give me that adrenaline, that high while there's nothing coming out. It'll be new to me, even though it's not new. And then finally, I collect wrestling 80s and 90s and early 2000s wrestling figures. So I basically break those out and get to play with those and manipulate those a little bit. So for me, I do 4 things for Chinese New Year to get me through Chinese New Year. I transform toys. I basically invest in a new collection that's from an older line. I basically open new toys that are older, not necessarily old, but I basically toys that I've kept in the box just for Chinese New Year. I get to open and play with those, so they're new to me. Then finally, I break out a non-transformer collector, domestic, my WWE figures, and I mess around and manipulate with those. So tell me, how do you get through Chinese New Year or the rut of Chinese New Year? All right, thank you guys for watching.